Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Programming Forecast. So from today's lesson, our journey from zero to being hero is starting. So in this journey, we will be building a production-ready authentication system, and beginners can also join our journey. We will be using Node.js, Express, and MongoDB to build the system. So let's not further delay and start our journey. So to build a Node.js project, you need to install Node in your computer first so that we can use npm commands, means Node package manager to manage our project. So open your terminal and install Node. You can easily find the installation command on Google. I have already installed Node on my computer, so I'm not doing it again. So simply open the CMD or the terminal and then install the Node. And after installing Node, we are now able to use npm in our project. So first we will create the project directory or a folder in which our project will be created. So simply make a directory under your desired destination. We are now in home directory right now. So if you want to go to any other directory, like if you want to go to documents and under document folder you want to create your project directory, so simply write cd, means change directory, and write documents, sorry, yes, enter. Now we are under document directory, and then create your project folder by writing mkdir. Mkdir means make directory, space your project name. I already have created my project, so I am not doing it again. And after writing your project name, hit enter, and now we have a empty folder by the name of your project. And now we will go to our project folder. So to do that, after creating a directory, you can simply change the directory by writing cd space your project directory name. And after going inside your project directory, now we will create our Node project. So as I say, after installing Node, we are now able to use npm in our project, and we need this npm command to manage our Node project. So npm is a Node package manager, as we are building a Node project, which is a JavaScript runtime that make us able to run JavaScript code to our desktop outside the browser. So we need Express also for our project, and npm will help us installing Express in our project. So let's make our Node project first. So simply under your project directory, write npm install space -y. It will create simply a Node project for you. After creating the Node project, we will install Express under our Node.js project. So simply write npm install Express, and it will install Express in our Node.js project. So what is Express actually? Express is a web framework built on top of the Node.js. Instead of writing lots of low-level Node.js codes, Express gives you a simple methods. Now, okay, let me show you some example to differentiate between Node.js and Express. So as you can see in Node.js, whenever we want to create a server, we simply using the HTTP library from Node.js, and then we are calling the method create server, and under that we are sending our response hello world. And in Express, you only have to require the Express, and then you will call Express under app variable, and now this is the API. So internally, Express is doing a whole of this works for me internally, but I am now able to do work with lots of or minimum code. So as I said before, that Express is a framework that built on Node. As you can see, here is our backend API, which is app.get slash. This is the get API, and this is our backend API, and the backend API is created on Express. And Express is created on, or Express is working on Node.js. As I said, that internally Express do all this work for me. And after that, Node.js always helps us to run JavaScript on the server. So this is our flowchart to understand how Node.js and Express works both simultaneously. Okay, now let's open the project in VS Code. So after opening the project folder in VS Code, you will see there are two files and a node modules folder. There will be no SRS or source folder in your project right now because I made it later by myself. You will have two files and a folder. So let's break it out. So node module folder contains all the dependencies Express needs, and package.log.json file holds the name and the version of these dependencies. So under the node module folder, you can see there are lots of folders, and this is a huge folder. And we have all the names and the version of those dependencies in our log-package.json file. So we will add the node module folder in our .gitignore file to avoid committing it to Git, because the folder is huge and it will take up maximum spaces on Git. Instead, we will add the log file in Git. So it will help us retrieving all the dependencies with their desired versions. Okay, now comes the package.json file. It contains the name, the version, author of the project, along with some scripts and keywords, license, dependencies. So here is our project name, product auth API, and then this is the version of our current project. So for your information, version has three different parts. As you can see, 1.0.0. So the first part is for breaking changes. Whenever you are doing any breaking changes in your application, you will update this part. And the second part is called minor, and this part is to introduce the new features to your application. And the third part is called patch, and this part always being get updated after developers fixes any small or fixes any regular bugs. And script is to avoid long-term command line, a long-term command in your command line tool. It is like mapping long commands to short ones, so that we don't need to write long commands every single time in our terminal. So let's create folders now. Okay, as you can see, I have already created the SRS or the source folder. So let's create your source folder first, and we will follow MVC design pattern. I had discussed about MVC elaborately in my previous video. Though that video was in Bangla language, we will use English language from today, all of our future tutorials, inshallah. As per MVC, let's make us the model view and controller folder under source. So by clicking source, click this folder icon. Okay, just name it as model or models. Hit enter, and again clicking source, click this folder icon and name it as model. Okay, controllers. Hit enter, and again by clicking the source, click this and name it as services. Okay, so as this is this project is only for our backend application. For our front-end application, we will be using Flutter, so there is no HTML or CSS work in our Node.js project. So that's why we are not dedicatedly creating any view folder as per the MVC. In our project, the JSON responses we will be sending to our client will be the view for us. So that's why I am not creating any view folder. So besides the classic MVC, we need some other folders also to lighten our controllers. That's why I just make the services folder. I have discussed it in my previous tutorial MVC. You can check it to get the idea about MVC, because there are very difference between a classic MVC and a real world application MVC. So let's make the, okay, fine. I have already made my service layer, and you just make your service layer. Then there will be also some others folders, and that will be middleware. Let's make a folder, middleware. Then another folder, okay, sorry, by clicking source and create on this. Okay, fine. Another folder, utils. Okay, so we may need some other folders also. We will create those later as per our need. So till now you will get a Node.js project which has this kind of project architecture or folder or files architecture. So this was our basic Node.js project setups and our foundations. We will be needing more libraries, more folders, and we will create those and install those libraries and folders later as per our need. So I already have a Node.js project ready to share with you. I will be working on that project from my next tutorials. So for today, that's enough for today. So your homework is to build the project setup as I have shown you just now, and just build the foundation first. Then we will jump to our next tutorial. Thank you, everyone.